This is gonna be bad for the. You know how they are supposed to say in audio visual thing in podcast, we're not supposed to be quiet.
Yeah.
The algorithm is gonna hate this, but hey,
But it's at the end of the video.
it's at the end of the video.
And
Let's do
plus-
it. You ready? All right, guys. Thank you for being here. This is another episode of Another Day in Paradise. And today we are going to talk about a topic that is actually a little philosophical in a way. Yes. So we are talking about silence
Silence.
and how we deal with it.
Mm.
It's actually pretty interesting. I saw a video about Marina Abramović. She's a performance artist, somewhere from Serbia or something. But she rented. So she does a lot of performance.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a quick anecdote about her. That's actually that really defines her a little bit. She was in love with a man
Yeah.
who was also an artist,
Mm.
and they lived an artist life, which is like poverty, pretty much. They struggled for many years, and they stayed together, lived in a van, blah blah blah, and they decided to break up.
Yeah.
And the way they did it, they made a performance out of it. And the way they did it is, they were in China, and they decided that each one of them would start
Yeah.
at the opposite side of the wall of China.
Great Wall, yeah.
Yeah, and then they took a journey to meet somewhere in the middle, and then, like, it would give them time to reflect and to think, etc., etc. And then they met in the middle, they embraced, and then they went their separate way. And so all her life is pretty much like this, very artistic. Like, look her up. I'll leave a couple links. I would probably not leave a couple links, but just look her up. I'm not. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna leave a few links. Look her up, Marina Abramović. She made some pretty cool things. Actually, even one episode of House got inspired by her, etc. So she's
like Dr. House?
Dr. House. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Okay.
so it's a pretty famous artist.
Yeah, I
And
saw a couple of things that she
she
did.
decided to do something great,
Okay.
very unique. She decided to rent the MoMA, so Museum of Modern Art in New York, and she asked people. So the way she explained to the MoMA director, she said, "Well, you know what? I wanna. So, Marina, nice seeing you. What do you want to do here?" And she said, "Listen. So what are you presenting?" "Well, this is gonna be special." "Well, okay, what is it?" "Well, I'm not gonna do anything." "What do you mean you're not gonna do anything?" "Well, yeah. So I just need pretty much just 2 chairs and a table." And he said, "Okay, but what is the art that you presented?" "Well, that's it. That's the art. I'm just gonna sit in front of people.
Yeah.
They're gonna line up and wait in line, and then come in front of me when it's their turn, and I would just sit quietly
Yeah.
doing nothing." And he said, "Yeah, but what do you mean doing nothing? That's it. That's the art." So obviously, honestly, this type of art is crazy, because if you don't get in that vibe, you would think that modern art is crazy. You know, it's you know, like how do you call that when the painters, like, they just do crazy things and they call it
Art.
you know, like abstract art.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a little crazy. But anyways, then
And they recorded
They recorded-
all the reactions?
yes.
Okay.
So here is the thing. The curator or the museum director said, "Well, in New York, people don't have time to come wait in line for probably hours because you're famous, and you would give them nothing." And she said, "Well, that's where like there is that nuance lies."
Isn't nothing everything?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving them nothing. I'm giving their brains a break. And so the way it went is people lined up. They waited, and she gives them nothing. But the nothing is very powerful because
Yeah, zero facial expression, zero
nothing,
words,
exactly.
zero nothing.
And that's actually quite interesting because most people feel uncomfortable just staring at somebody and saying nothing. You know, like how if you are with a friend that you don't know that much, you feel obliged to fill the blanks and like speak and
it's
entertain.
uncomfortable to especially when it's someone that you don't necessarily know or that you're not comfortable with, basically.
Yeah.
Like
So
even like in a first date or in a like job interviews, stuff like that. Just maintaining eye contact is quite hard.
it's quite hard, but also like you feel like it's a fail if you have nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
But with people you know really well, it's actually a sign that you are so comfortable. You don't need
Exactly.
you don't need to say anything. Like you're comfortable in the silence, and it's very hard to be comfortable in the silence. So let me finish this experiment here. So contrary to skeptics, thousands of people lined up.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
She did it for 30 days, I think, or was it 1 month or 3 months, whatever. But for a long time, every day, she took, I think, 1 day off, and people lined up.
multiple hours a day.
Yeah, like 8 hours a day. Yeah,
Just
don't,
a little,
don't fuck with it. So,
breezy.
not sure why.
Okay, too.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Anyways, people lined up and they waited. And here is the thing. Some people, and I think this is a very human reaction, they felt so uncomfortable with silence. And what do we do when we get uncomfortable with silence? We try to break it by using humor.
Humor, doing weird faces.
Weird faces, starting a conversation. She would not respond. She would
asking
not smile.
like stupid questions.
Yeah, like no verbal communication and no non-verbal communication. She gives them nothing. And actually, she forces them after they try to like wiggle their way out of it by joking, by making faces and trying to provoke a reaction. She, after they realize she gives them nothing, they actually realize that they are not sitting in front of her. They are sitting in front of themselves, in front of a mirror. And some people started crying.
Yeah, I saw that.
Some people got really emotional. And I think, to be really honest, so I'll be honest. Sometimes I teach this experience because there's like a very short video. It's in English, so I teach English. So I try to. Some people, I feel, it goes way above their head. They don't care. They're like, that's bullshit. Yeah, Jawad is pulling up some bullshit today. Okay, I'll go along with him. I mean, he's a teacher and this is in English, so that's fine. And some people are like, oh, I see. When they get it, I can see it. And I think from the get-go, you feel like,
But what's your feeling towards that?
Honestly,
because me personally, I'm a bit on the fence I'm between both.
So in the beginning, I felt, okay, this is like illuminated people. Okay, this is bullshit. Okay, let's all hug the tree and okay, whatever. But then when you see silence and the effects of silence, I think I would also feel uncomfortable. And usually I use a sense of humor to break out of uncomfortable situations. So I think I would try to do that. But she has very big eyes and beautiful eyes. And she's very mesmerizing. And she would look at you like, nah, don't like stay. Like, like there is an expression that says, I kind of like it. It says, hug the cactus.
Yeah.
Like, just let it hit you. That's fine. Let it burn you a little bit. That's fine. And side note, this experiment, people tried. Some people were really good at trying to provoke reactions, etc. She had 0 reactions with none of them, except one.
Yes.
Remember that guy I told you about, her boyfriend from the beginning? She hasn't seen in like 20 years or 25 years.
Yeah.
He came back for this experiment. Clearly much older, etc. He waited in line and he surprised her. And he was, so she closed her eyes between each I would say guest, whatever. And then she opened her eyes and she saw him. And now you could feel all the emotions. I think nonverbal communication is quite interesting if you really pay attention to details. And you could really see her face like decomposing, and like her ears, her eyes started tearing up. And then she started crying. And she actually reached out across the table to hold his hands, which, if you know Marina, she did some experiments, some arts where, I'm not going to say more, but you guys can look it up. Even when somebody held a gun to her head, she did not react. So love made her react, like, and break character, which she never does, even at extreme conditions. I think it's quite. So why would you say you are on the fence with this? So what bothers you about this experiment?
I think that, like, I can get the whole artistic approach of these things.
Yeah.
But the setup in which it's done kind of makes you want to feel a certain way. Like, it's almost, there is an element that makes it a bit artificial. That's where I'm a bit on the fence. Like, you know, in certain situations, people have the reaction or the emotions of that situation, and it doesn't come necessarily from what they really feeling, but it's just like
Theatrics.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
That's where I'm not like a bit.
I think if you're a skeptic, you could definitely miss the spot and say, yeah, this is bullshit. I didn't feel anything. You know, it's like when you look at art, it could move you or it could mean nothing to you. And I think for most people, it doesn't mean anything to them.
Yeah,
and they
but
just
me,
pretend like
I
this
tell
is
you,
good.
like, so let's take this example of art. I'll tell you, like, most people, either it would move them or it would mean nothing to them. But there is a category, and I think where the majority is that if you put them in a certain setting, in a certain thing, it's going to artificially touch them. Like, if you're in a museum and you start talking about this piece of art, and you're amongst people and people are in line to do that, and you feel like, okay, I can be accepted so I'm gonna be like, yeah, this moves you so much, you know,
It's
like
peer pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peer pressure is a huge factor for sure.
So I think that this experience would, I think on a personal level, like if you did it one-on-one without the whole crowd and stuff, probably would be more extreme. Either I'm gonna feel that it's extreme bullshit, or that it's extremely powerful.
So it would be more authentic if you
Yeah, I
was
think
not.
so.
I
I think you get conditioned.
you know that's actually a pretty good point because
Sometimes it happens with me,
sometimes
bro.
you do because when you talk about you know, I'm very interested in I mean, not very interested, but I kind of like hypnosis.
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated about it. And if you remember, we asked that guy, and he said, and I think some people play along because there is a crowd. So it's like emotions, but the starting point is not really emotions. It's just that the crowd is there and it creates that emotion. But the experience itself, isolated, it would probably not create something, or maybe not.
The thing is that you have those two extremes. You have the people that are like more inclined, more in tune with that can easily get into those states and stuff, and the other extreme that you can do whatever you want, they're not gonna budge.
That's true.
But I think the vast majority, and this is why a lot of these spiritual or things are, is that the vast majority kind of goes in that middle where it's not real, and they either play along or they like, if I take you to a temple and you're traveled to India and you're spending like 5 days there, are you gonna be like, yeah, waste of time? Or are you gonna be like, okay, everyone's around me is like, oh, I feel so good, I feel connected or whatever. At some point you'll be like, did you feel that connection too?
You know, peer pressure definitely is a factor. But I think, like, for example, if I asked my dad to do it, he would not wait 4 hours. Never. He would not wait 5 minutes. He would say, let's go visit New York. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. He said, I don't have time for this
But
shit.
that's the thing.
Here's, let me finish up about this. Because I think this is one of the defense mechanisms. because my father, and I'm sure a lot of people from his generation, this new age vibe shit, they wouldn't even give it a chance. I think it's a defense mechanism. Just like when people try to make her laugh, it's because they didn't want to face the silence.
I think that the profile that these things attract, in vast majority, would be that middle category that we said. Like, who's gonna go wait for 5 hours for something that may not be crazy, like just like to test it out? Not a lot of people.
True.
So
I mean, if she was not famous, she would probably not have that much.
Yeah,
that big of a crowd.
What I mean is, she's famous, but she's also famous within a certain
community.
Crowd,
Yeah,
right? The
for
artistic community, because you see it all the time in fashion and stuff. Like, you have people that are just literally like playing around, doing like jack shit, and the people are like, "Oh, you captured it, the beauty of the thing," and like, even when they're not trying, they can interpret it that way.
That's interesting. I mean, definitely
Like, we saw it with the guy that did the fashion brand in the fashion week, all the stuff. Like, all those people are passionate by fashion, are all that stuff, but a lot of it is like the true heart of artists are, I think, way less in numbers than.
Listen, I definitely think that this definitely deserves like a full podcast, because I took a class a long time ago called the book was called Yes, but Is It Art? And we try to define art, what is art, what is not art, etc., etc. And that's quite an interesting topic, and I would love to talk more in depth about it. But if we go back to the theme, which is silence, I think people are scared of silence. That's why they've tried to provoke laughter when they were facing her. That's why I think my dad probably wouldn't like that, because I think deep inside he doesn't want it to work on him.
Of course, silence is introspection.
Like, how often do you stay in absolute silence?
Me?
Yeah, during the day.
During the day, not much.
Me, almost never. I would say never.
I started recently when I go to bed, because I start taking out the screens and stuff.
Ah, man, that's you're much more disciplined than I am, because I've been trying to do that for a long time.
It's very hard.
It's tough.
Because silence is introspection. And I think what's powerful with her experiment is that what she offers, man, I'm going to sound like an artistic guy or whatever, but she offers like a witness to your introspection.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
like, you don't have a choice, because silence is basically your brain is going to try to go somewhere, and then it's going to start speaking to itself.
You know, it's almost like there was like some kind of spiritual, like I would say, fuck, I lost the word. Like when people do meditation, that's the word.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine said, "Oh, do you do meditation? It's actually pretty cool, etc." And I hear a lot about it, of course, celebrities, etc., like they meditate, etc. And he said, "Okay, try to sit quietly, think about nothing."
Yeah. Very hard.
Easier said than done,
Very,
man.
very
It's
hard.
almost impossible to think about nothing.
Well, actually, you know, I used to meditate a lot, like, and I was doing beside like not on a religious level of prayer or whatever, but like just like meditation. I think it was Indian meditation, some kind of like prana. Whatever.
Okay, with the sound, the
With the sound and the guidance, so it's guided, right? Like, think of this, think of that.
Yeah.
And I was like doing it, and I found it very complicated. Like, way too much stuff. He's asking for way too much stuff. Like, imagine a light of this color coming out of this side of you, and all this stuff. And I'm like,
too much work.
It's not too much work. I think it's designed, because what I always came to is that he started putting my the attention of my brain in different parts that at some point I get lost. And at that point, I think of nothing. There's nothing to think about.
That's interesting.
You know, like I think it's designed that way, so that you kind of like put your attention on different stuff, and at some point you're just like,
yeah.
And when you're nothing, your brain starts resting, and it's quite fascinating.
That's interesting. You know, one day I told you about this experiment that I did. I had a rare occasion to have 24 hours. I was not solicited. I had no work, no nothing, and for that day, and then I decided to go to the farm and spend 24 hours with no screens. And I'll probably tell this full experience in a separate episode. But one of the things is that when I mean by screen, it also implies no music, no sound, no TV, etc., no watch, etc.
Yeah, that is what I was gonna say. Like time.
Yeah, no
time
watch.
is,
like we are conditioned to eat when it's time to eat. But how about when we feel like it's time to eat? Because usually we are conditioned by our watch. We are late. It's time to eat. It's time to go to bed. It's time to do this. Also, it's time to go to bed. But maybe it's too early. Maybe it's too late.
Maybe
but our
7,
watch is telling us exactly.
Yeah, you have no idea.
So, long story short, I took a book and I took some like a pen and notebook and some paper, and I tried to, you know, I was gonna think about this project, think about that, etc. And I ended up spending most of my day. Of course, I was alone. Most of my day, I ended up spending it just thinking. I let my mind wander, and it was very entertaining. Like, I did not feel bored. I did not feel, of course, I'm not going to lie. Like, sometimes I'm like, okay, let me just do 12 hours. I think 12 hours should be enough. No. Let's stick with 24 hours. And I felt really good, and I didn't feel bored. I read a little bit from my book, but maybe a couple hours. I thought I would like read maybe one and then finish that book. And then, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to lose my mind. But actually, I just ended up like, you know, I had a guy who helps me in the farm. And he was at one point working next to me, and he's just like looking at me like, "You okay?" And I'm just like going like this, no music, no nothing. He said, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay." And he was disrupting
your peace,
my mind wandering, etc. So sitting in quiet, absolute quiet, is something that is very hard for me. Like, even when I go to bed, I of course procrastinate on my phone and kill a couple hours on in bed. And then when I really feel exhausted, I put some podcast or something, and then I put a timer so it shuts down after 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then I just let it like rip, and I just fall asleep with sound, with some kind of stories or whatever. And this is, my brother does the same thing. I know he likes to watch things before he goes to sleep, but things that he doesn't discover, things that he's been watching many times, because if it's too exciting,
you don't want something that stimulates too much.
If it stimulates you too much, you will wake up.
But you know what's funny with silence is that it's hell until you submit to it. And you accept it. When you try to fight it, like you said, embrace the cactus.
Exactly.
But it goes from hell to heaven.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you stop, because the fighting of it, like, it's quite interesting. And to be honest, I'm thinking of trying that experience myself, because I had something quite similar. I didn't decide it, but it was kind of like similar, where I've spent almost 24 hours within. I wasn't alone technically, but I spent 24 hours or so, maybe 36, in the farm as well, where there was like an electricity breakout. So I had my phone for a few hours, and then it stopped. So I had no phone, no computer, no TV, no nothing. And like you said, you start at the beginning, it's hell. And I had work. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Should I go? And it was COVID times, so I couldn't move around and stuff. I was like, shit. And at some point, I realized that, like, there's nothing I can do. I can't fix it myself. The outage came from on a regional level, so it's not something that I can fix in my house or bring an electrician or whatever. So at some point, I just submitted to the situation, and then it becomes fun.
Yeah.
When you submit, it becomes fun because, like you said, like you really do things because you want to do them. You're not conditioned to do anything.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I didn't expect to go there, but Ramadan, the episode I did about Ramadan, if you accept it, if you embrace it, it's a lot easier. That's why I think foreigners, when they say, hey, I want to try it with you, like just embrace it, just accept it. And Islam actually means to accept it. And if you accept
it's
it,
submission,
it's a
but
lot
like
easier.
in the positive sense of things.
Of course. So
and it's quite true.
That's interesting. So the absolute quiet, it's nerve-wracking. You panic at first, but I think it is an interesting experiment. The company, do you think that, for example, some people, they like to have like some kind of light in the house, so when they come in, they don't want to come into a dark place. And some people, like when they are around the house, they would put something on TV just so the TV keeps them company. Do you do the same thing?
No.
Or what is your poison? Is it music? Is it podcast? What's going on around you when you're walking around the house?
I'm quite comfortable in terms like I'm not someone that needs. I like the place to look alive at times. Like I don't like to have in the house only the light on the room that I'm in and everything's lights out. But I don't have that thing where I'm trying to fight that feeling of loneliness or that feeling of I don't have a problem with that. Like I can be in a room dark, pitch dark, no music, no nothing, and just chill. I kind of like it, to be honest.
But how about sound? Like, what's your favorite sound to have around when you're walking around the house or whatever? Is it music? Is it podcast? Is it TV? Is it a movie that you have been watching many times?
Before I was heavy on music. I think when you're going through emotional stuff.
I was gonna say puberty, but
or
sorry.
whatever. Yeah, but that goes hand in hand. Like when your life is at an emotional stage, like breakups, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, some
music
songs, they hit the spot. Yeah.
But ever since I'm kind of like more stable on the emotional side, I have way less connection with music. I went into podcasts, so in cars and stuff, I'm mainly listening to podcasts and things like that. I do not watch TV series or stuff anymore, just because I used to have my brother's account. And now Netflix did some shit with the code and whatever, and I was like, fuck it, there's YouTube, and it's been like so I watch YouTube before sleeping, but I don't have like an ambiance sound. Like I think even driving and stuff, it's often in silence.
Really?
Yeah.
Talking about sleeping, I had a roommate at one point when I was living in the States, and he had that white noise machine.
The one that does the whales stuff.
The waves or the whales or the rain.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's just like, when the TV, when we were young and that TV turns like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, it creepy. Would drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah, even like artificial noises. I tried that. I even tried that thing. I think it's a mix between like a story and sound. Like on there was this trend at some point.
Like
YouTube,
an audio movie kind of thing.
Yeah, and it goes like, and the guy went in.
Listen. This is my shit. Actually,
I tried it out. Freaked me the fuck out. Man.
Oh man! Like, listen, the audiobooks. Sorry. Let me just show you the audiobooks. I'm trying to find the name, but keep going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's just like the sound of it, like that thing where, for me, like especially when I'm in bed, I want to drift away. Like my favorite thing to watch before bed was TV shows like sitcoms or
Friends, whatever.
that I saw
you've
like
watched
1,000 times.
Yeah.
I just click on whatever random episode.
Listen,
And I just
I'm gonna give you my recipe, and you guys should try it.
Okay.
It's called Twilight Zone. You have some videos that are sometimes there are sometimes like 12 hours videos or 6-hour videos.
Oh my God.
And so it's a multiple I would say movies, audio movies, and like you said, it's not like movies that you are listening to. It's actually made for radio.
Yeah.
It's like science fiction, etc. But here's the thing.
But sometimes it's very creepy, bro.
It's not actually that
Mrs.
creepy.
Robinson.
No,
No,
listen. It's actually really cool. And sometimes when I drive for long distances, I prefer to have debates or conversation or podcast than music. Music is a little bit too boring. But in the city, I listen to music. Long drives, I listen to podcasts. And the Twilight Zone thing, because I'm extremely tired and I'm probably waste a lot of time on whatever games and stuff like that. Then when I listen to the Twilight Zone, I listen to the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the next day I have to listen to the 10 minutes again. And then I repeat.
Yeah.
And then usually I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I dozed off because I don't remember this part. And then I sleep again.
I have trouble. Like, it's like I have one of my closest friends. His wife is addicted to the criminal shit.
Oh yeah, like that for me, that's a little too creepy.
And for me, I'm like, why would you stay like in that energy?
Yeah.
You know, like.
But they said that if you enjoy it, there's something fucked up.
I said she was a woman.
No,
just playing.
So already she had condition.
No,
but yeah, this is really and for people who speak French, les maîtres du mystère. It's same style.
The mattress of the mysterious.
Listen, it's like it's also like old 50s, 60s kind of ambiance, and I like this epoch. I really like that timeline, so I really enjoy it. So I know you're gonna be. This is it for the podcast, okay?
Okay.
But if you want, and if you guys want,
okay,
here's what I have in mind.
All right.
We will. Here we go. Take a big sip. There you go. Chug it. We will sit quietly.
Okay.
For 1 minute. And I know you guys will probably say, come on, that's bullshit. What kind of gay stuff is this? Okay. But
okay,
I think
you want us to experience all together.
Let's experience the 1 minute. And I think you guys should do it. 1 minute.
I have one question.
Sure.
What's the eye situation?
The eye contact? We'll just stare at each other for 1 minute.
At each other for 1 minute?
Yeah. All right. All right.
Let's do this.
And you guys at home, just play along and tell us in the comments what you thought. Of course, this is going to sound uncomfortable. And your defense mechanism, I'm sure, this is bullshit. I'm not doing that. Try it.
So the goal here is to be as stoic as possible?
Absolute quiet for 1 minute. No laugh, no joking, no nothing. 1 minute. Here we go.
I don't know how this
Okay. 1 minute.
All right.
So here's the thing. If you laugh, that's fine. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But let's just try it.
Yeah,
1 minute.
We try to.
We try it seriously.
De bonne foi.
De bonne foi. Absolutely.
Right,
you guys ready? Let's do 1 minute.
Okay, let's do this.
This is gonna be bad for the. You know how they're supposed to say in audio visual thing and podcast, we're not supposed to be quiet.
Yeah.
The algorithm is gonna hate this, but hey.
But it's at the end of the video.
It's at the end of the video.
And
Let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
We couldn't last 1 second. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
This was magical.
You see?
Yeah.
So how do we set it up again from scratch?
Just with
Cancel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro,
1 minute.
It's hard, bro.
Man, it is hard.
Okay. Let's do this.
Shuf, 1 minute.
Okay.
We can do it. Okay.
Okay.
يلا صافي là c'est la dernière fois. Allez hop, last one. Okay.
Let's continue it even if we laugh.
No, we don't
can't.
laugh.
Yeah,
We don't laugh.
We don't.
Allez,
We don't.
get it
All
out. But we will continue even if we laugh. But we will not laugh.
No, we
okay, here
won't.
we go. I'm not ready to look at you yet, but okay.
Come on, let's just be décomplexé about it.
Okay.
It's hard, man.
Listen, honestly,
Yeah,
I
let's do
think
that.
we have to do it. We have
Yeah,
to
come
do
on.
it. Let's be
Everyone
be real
together.
for it.
Let's
Yalla,
do it.
3, 2, 1. We're gonna edit those, but à la fin, as a bloopers.
Yeah.
Now this is not good. Okay. On peut le faire.
We can do it.
On va le faire. On va le
Yeah,
faire.
let's
Allez, 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 allez. Allez,
Moi, je suis bien,
cannabis.
moi, je suis bien.
Let's see how far we can go.
Let's do it.
Vas-y, on le fait pas facing the camera. 1 minute, on face the camera, comme ça eux aussi ils nous regardent nous. C'est pas mal ça.
Allez.
Allez, cannabis, parce que là tous les deux on va y arriver. Toi tu dois partir bosser.
Yeah, let's do this.
Allez, 1 minute. Here we go. Okay, that's 1 minute. It was actually good. It felt short. It's interesting to stay quiet.
And it shifts because we were kind of like very excited just before this.
Yeah.
Like uncontrollably
Uncontrollable laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's like absolute.
You know, it's almost like
It's a reset.
it's a reset.
Yeah.
When you have a problem with your internet thing, they say, well, just
reset the
turn it
router.
off.
Yeah.
And start it up again.
It's
I think
actually quite true. Like right now, let's try the 1 minute.
let's try. I think we can do it because after we took away all that laughter, I think it's we could do it. Let's try it. We'll see how we can edit this. Sophie, we keep going.
You know what's going on in my head? I hear the song. Je te dis, tu me dis.
But I think it's okay. Let's try one last time. We try it one last time, and if we can't, we can't. Then we'll just we'll just say we'll be honest. We'll just say we couldn't do it.
Dernière chance.
Allez, Coco.
This is hard.
This is not. We're not gonna be able to
All
do
right.
it, but we'll post that. But honestly, that 1 minute really, it's like your brain relaxes.
Once again, I think it's because I think there's somewhat of the Timoa. That's what makes it harder.
Like you think alone in your room, you would be able to sit
No, like,
quietly a lot easier.
Like face to face without the camera would be maybe easier. I don't know.
I'm
This
not
is
sure.
a theory.
I'm not sure. But
Anyways, we'll discover it soon enough.
that's it for today. Thank you guys for being
All right.
here. This was another episode of Another Day in Paradise. See you guys later.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Take it easy.